Here we go, guys. Here we go. Make sure you like, share. Gotta share this out. We need a lot of people in here. We got 12 in here right now. Let's get it out because now it is time for the main event. Doc Rivers. I'm going to ask you this, Doc. First things first. I'm not going to bring up the chat, guys. The chat can keep going. I'm not going to bring up the chat after my rant. Doc Rivers. First things first. You knew before yesterday that Joel Embiid was off his conditioning because of his foot injury. And you still have him 31 minutes of playing time before the fourth, going into the fourth. 31 minutes going into the fourth quarter, and you knew his conditioning was off. You knew he has a bad foot. Like, come on. Montrezl Harrell, one-time sixth man of the year, had 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Paul Reed, I love Paul Reed, 4 minutes. Like, you see this time, you see the minutes here, they make no sense. I want to talk about the play against the Bucks before the last play. So, you have PJ Tucker outside on the right wing. You give it to Harden for the ISO. Then you give it to Embiid. Embiid is out there. Reminder, he has lost his conditioning. He has a bad foot. So you have him out there like on an island. You see him cross pass to Tyrese Maxey across the court. It hit Grayson Allen's hand. Then you can see Tyrese Maxey go like, and then it hits his finger, but they could not challenge it because it was under 2 minutes, and Sixers get the ball, right? And then the very last play, James Harden, ISO, he goes up to the left side. He bumps in. He goes up, and he begs for a foul. That's how we're going to try to end it, to win this game. After Wesley Matthews made a game-winning three, you have James Harden going up. He gets blocked, which was not a foul. It was not a foul. And then you just have him going up for a free throw. It makes no sense, guys. This makes no sense. I've been called on Twitter Mr. Negative. I have been called Mr. Negative on Twitter because I'm being realistic about our head coach. What has Doc Rivers have done? What has he done since 2008? Granted, any coach could have coached that team to victory, to win the title. Anyone on that team, any coach could coach that team. That team had Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and a young, gritty Rajon Rondo. That team could win. That was the first ever super team, pretty much. One of the first in the modern era. And he's a top 10 coach of all time? Of all time? Since when? Where? Like, it makes no sense, guys. It makes no sense. I need Doc Rivers gone. He's got to go. He has to go now or later. He's got to go now. If we lose to the Spurs and then the Pacers on Monday and then the Raptors and then the Raptors again, if we go on another 4-game losing streak, Spurs, Pacers, Raptors. If we lose the next 4, Doc Rivers got to go. We're 0-2. If we go 0-6 or even 0-10, Doc Rivers got to go. And I don't want to be called Mr. Negative ever again because you know I am right. You know I am right when it comes to Doc Rivers. Granted, I liked the hiring of Doc Rivers. I liked it as soon as we got him. Because I thought he could have, held Ben Simmons more accountable. I thought he could have Ben Simmons shoot. I thought he could have Ben Simmons work on his free throws. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I ever wrong. That was the worst mistake I ever made covering the Sixers in a couple years. That was the worst mistake I've ever had. Doc Rivers needs to go now. Now. The rotations are bad. I would not be surprised. I will not be surprised, guys, if he has Furkan Korkmaz over D'Anthony Melton or Sig Melton. I will not be surprised. And if that happens, I'm going to come back here and be like, I called it. Doc Rivers is so bad. We need an X's and O guy. We need an X's and O guy. Remember last year when Doc Rivers was out due to, the C-19 or whatever, and then we had Dan Burke coaching? We won both of those games. We need a young coach that knows the X's and O's and knows this game better than Doc Rivers. That is what we need. That is what we need. When Sam Cassell was out getting coaching interviews, I thought we lost him. I thought that Sam Cassell was going to be gone and then we'll be stuck with Doc Rivers to the end of the time. I did. Thank God Sam Cassell is back because I cannot stand this bullshit anymore. Guys, if you go on my TikTok, Philly Talk with MK, if you go on my TikTok, I had a rant about if you lose this series, you got to go, Doc. We lost the series. Did he go? No. I know it's an 0-2. I get it. Is it time to panic? Probably not. But it's Doc Rivers at the end of the fucking day. It's Doc Rivers. My best friend told me, Mitch, who are the top two coaches, the highest odds to get fired? Steve Nash, Doc Rivers. They have to go. Doc Rivers gotta go now. If you put on a poll on Twitter, and be like, do you not like this Doc Rivers? Do you dislike Doc Rivers? I guarantee you it'd be at least 50-50 or higher. No, this fan base wants him gone. Doc Rivers is too arrogant. He doesn't listen to anybody. All he cares about himself. It is terrible. It is terrible with Doc Rivers. We can't win with him. I honestly see a second round exit again. A second round exit again with Doc Rivers. I cannot stand this guy. I cannot stand this SOB. I cannot. I am about to explode. Can't stand this guy. And I don't want to be called Mr. Negative ever again because I called it. I fucking called this shit, bro. I called it.